Hello friends, myself Professor T.S. Vandali. Today I am going to explain about heat transfer through the composite wall. This type of problems asked in the previous question papers repeatedly. So today I am going to explain about the composite wall consists of three materials. So in the last lecture I explained about left side there will be a conduction and right side it is convection. Today left side convection and right side there is a conduction. So in composite wall it consists of three materials and their material properties are given. K1, K2 and K3 are the thermal conductivities of the material, that is the material properties. So it is given in the problem, that is K1 is 20 watt per meter degree centigrade, K2 is 30 watt per meter degree centigrade, K3 is 50 watt per meter degree centigrade, and surrounding temperature, that is T infinity, we considered as 800 degree centigrade, and H is the 25 watt per meter square degree centigrade. So in the given composite wall as shown in figure, using 1D heat elements by using penalty approach of handling boundary conditions, we are going to use, or it may be solve it by direct approach method also. In last class we are discussing about direct approach method. Today we are going to solve it by penalty approach method. So in the given problem, that left side H is heat transfer coefficient, that is and surrounding temperature T infinity are given, and right side conduction, that is the temperature is 20 degrees centigrade. So first of all we draw the FE model, that is line diagram. So it consists of three composite walls, means we are going to consider three elements and four nodes as shown in figure, that is 1, 2 and 3 are the three elements, 1, 2, 3 and 4 are the node numbers. We are going to determine the temperature at the intermediate nodes. So in this we are going to assume area equal to 1 meter square, means it is unique always, and centimeter, the distance are given, L1 is 0.3 meter, L2 is 0.15 meter and L3 is also 0.15 meter. So we are going to obtain the stiffness matrix of the given composite wall. It consists of three elements. Stiffness matrix for the first element, already in generally we know that Kc is the stiffness matrix for conduction, that is Kc is equal to, or K1 is equal to Kc Ae upon Le into 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Ke is the thermal conductivity of the first composite material, Ac is the, or Ae, that is elemental area, we take, already we assumed as 1, and equivalent length of the first element is, it is 0.3 meter. Just we have to substitute in the stiffness matrix of the thermal conductivity matrix. So it is, we are getting K1 is equal to 20 into 1 divided by that first element length is 0.3, into that matrix we are getting the elements are 66.667 inside the bracket, inside the matrix 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. It is connected between node 1 and node 2, means T1 and T2. Similarly for the second element, that is thermal conductivity of the second element is K2, the given value is 30 watt per meter degree centigrade. So you have to substitute in the second element stiffness matrix, we take it as, that is Kc2, that is Ae divided by Le into matrix 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. After simplification we are getting that stiffness matrix as, that is 200 into inside the matrix 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. So this material is, this element is connected between node 2 and node 3, that is why we are taking T2 T3. Similarly we are going to obtain the stiffness matrix for the third element, that is K3 A3 upon L3. So in that K3 value is given for the thermal conductivity of the third material is 50 watt per meter degree centigrade and length is 0.15. So after simplification we are getting 333.33 and the matrix is 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. It is connected between the nodes T3 and T4. So in order to obtain the equivalent matrix or global stiffness matrix, K is equal to sum of the individual stiffness matrix. Already we are calculated K1, K2 and K3. So by adding these three stiffness matrix, so we are getting the size of the matrix becomes 4 by 4 because it consists of 3 elements and 4 nodes. The size of the matrix we are getting is 4 by 4. So this is the matrix we are obtained. And next we are going to consider at node 1 heat is lost. Heat is lost to the surrounding by convection because it is exposed to the surrounding. So for the convection, in generally we are knowing the formula KH end means convection stiffness matrix is equal to, that is AH. So AH inside the bracket 1 0 0 0, because in the previous problem the convection is right side. At that time the stiffness matrix we considered as AH into 0 0 0 1, but in this case the convection is taking place at the left side, so we have to consider the value in the matrix is 1 0 0 0. Just you substitute the values of A and H in this matrix, stiffness matrix, we are getting that matrix as 1 into 25 into that matrix as 1 0 0 0. After simplification you are getting the matrix as, for the convection stiffness matrix is 25 into that matrix 1 0 0 0. It is connected between node 1 and 2, that is T1 and T2. So afterwards we are going to consider this convectional stiffness matrix, because the size of the matrix for in the global matrix is 4 by 4. Now this convection stiffness matrix we have to alter into the size 4 by 4, so it becomes 4 by 4 as the elements in that matrix are, that is 25 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0. So this is the stiffness matrix for the convection for the stiffness matrix. The size of the matrix is 4 by 4. So next step is we are going to consider the force vector. In the already you are knowing that in the bar element the force vector is obtained by considering the forces acting at the individual nodes. Here that force vector can be obtained by the formula FH, that at the convection side AH T infinity into 0 1, but convection taking place at the left end, this formula is altered to AH T infinity into 1 0 actually it is. So that becomes, substituting the value 20 into 10 raised to 3 1 0 T1 T2. This is the force vector. Now we are knowing the stiffness matrix, that K is equal to Kc plus Kh, that is stiffness matrix for the conduction and stiffness matrix for the convection, and F is the force vector. So already we are knowing the equilibrium equation, that is Kq is equal to F in case of bar element, but here Kt is equal to, instead of displacements, here we are going to consider as the intermediate temperatures. So that K is the global stiffness matrix, T is the nodal temperatures, and that's equal to that force vector. So just you have to substitute in this form and we are getting the matrix as shown. Now we are going to solve it by penalty approach method. Usually we are going to obtain the easiest method is Gauss elimination. Here in the problem in the question paper itself asking solve it by penalty approach method. So at that time we are going to apply the penalty approach. Already you are knowing in the global stiffness matrix we are going to consider the highest value, that is C is equal to maximum value of that matrix, that is multiplied by 10 to the power 4. But in this global stiffness matrix, that maximum value is, that is 66. In the above matrix, that is in the K matrix, the maximum value is how much it is? 66.7 into 8 into 8, because that constant value is outside is 66.7. In that above matrix, that maximum value is in the matrix is 8, because 1.375 minus 1 0 0 minus 4 4 minus 3 0 0 minus 3 8. 8 is the biggest value. So the value of C is, that is 66.7 into 8 into 10 to the power 4. And this value we are going to consider in the matrix which side conduction is there. So this value, the value of C is added to, that is conduction means it is fixed end K44, while CT4 is added to the fourth row of the force vector. Okay, force vector, where at that time we are getting that simplified matrix as 66.7 into that matrix is 1.375 minus 1 0 0 minus 1 4 minus 3 0 0 3 8 minus 5, and fourth row is 0 0 minus 5 80,005. This is the global stiffness matrix, and temperature matrix is T1 T2 T3 T4 are the four nodes. These are the nodal temperatures, is equal to that force vector as 20,000 0 0, and at the fourth position that value is 10,672 into 10 to the power 4. On simplification we get the temperature, intermediate temperatures, that is T1 is equal to, that is T1 is equal to temperature we are getting as 304.6, and T2 is equal to 119, and T3 is equal to 57.1, and T4 is equal to 20. Likewise, we are going to obtain the intermediate temperature of the composite wall. This is very important for the exam point of view. Sometimes the convection is taking place left side, right side conduction is there. Sometimes right side convection, left side conduction is given. At that time both the cases we are going to consider these stiffness matrix for conduction and convection. Slight changes in the convection matrix, which side the convection taking place, on that we are going to concentrate. Okay, please go through it, and if you are having any doubts you please call me through your number or by WhatsApp. I will ready to answer you. I hope you are go through it. Okay, thank you one and all.